Hey kids, this is Aaron from the podcast that wouldn't die, and Kevin and I use Zencastr. You think you're better than us, that you're using something else? You're wrong. Zencastr's the place to be. Who are you to deny it?
It's now super easy to record a podcast with Zencastr. Log in using your browser and start recording a high-quality podcast right away. Record studio-quality sound and up to 4K video with your guests. Go to zencastr.com/pricing and use our code DIEHARD and you'll get 30% off your first month of any Zencastr paid plan. We want you to have the same experiences we do for all our podcasting and content needs. It's time for you to share your story.
Only a fool will give up a chance for a 30% discount.
6 months at the bottom of the ocean. It's more than I bargained for.
They are explorers.
Let's bring it aboard and get the hell out of here.
What's the matter? You gonna let a few ugly fish scare you?
They are invaders.
Okay, boys and girls, don't try this at home.
In a world which no human being has ever entered.
Sonar contact.
Down here? I'd like to go out and take a look.
Contact closing. 300 meters.
The hell is that?
250.
Look at that mother.
Welcome to the... Oh, God damn it. How do I...
What the hell's happening?
Welcome to the latest episode of the podcast that wouldn't die. I'm your host, Kevin. With me, as always, is Aaron. This week, we're discussing the horror classic Deepstar Six, starring Greg Evigan, Miguel Ferrer. It's an all-star cast.
All-stars.
All-stars all the way. Each week on the podcast, we discuss the guilty pleasures and forgotten classics of the horror and sci-fi genres with a comedic twist. Aaron, what's the latest?
All right. So I got an email. So I just saw, like I said in the previous podcast, I saw fake David Bowie, which at this point is the only David Bowie I'm going to see. And Strange Love, the fake Depeche Mode, which is amazing. And then today I got an email that locally Jefferson Starship, who have many great hits, will be appearing in September sometime. But then a little voice in my head said, hey, remember your friend's mom used to go to AA with Grace Slick? I guess she's probably really old now. So I should look up and see who's in this incarnation of Jefferson Starship, because I can't imagine Grace is still out here. I mean, it'd be amazing, but I can't imagine that Grace is out there still singing White Rabbit. So I pulled it up and it was like, of course, Rando, a dude that did some backup vocals and played some acoustic guitar. Rando.
This is important. This is an important distinction because you got to go back to the 60s, late 60s. There was a band called Jefferson Airplane. Correct. Right. And that was Grace Slick. Grace Slick, ironically, was her married name ever so briefly. That's not a joke.
You got to keep it. Sometimes you got to keep that ex-husband's name.
You got to keep it. So they had a number of hits about that time. They're all kind of like psychedelic, like 60s kind of songs, like White Rabbit.
As was the time.
Around the mid-70s, they changed their name and they changed kind of their musical styles. So they became called Jefferson.
Updating it.
The lineup changed a little bit. So they started calling themselves Jefferson Starship. Okay. Then... I would say all of the original members had drifted away by the late 70s, early 80s, and Mickey Thomas became their lead singer. Grace Slick was still there. She was bouncing in and out with drugs, so she was there sometimes, wasn't there, but she was basically in it all the way through, basically. But But
I'm going to tell you, Mickey Thomas was there in the late 70s.
He was there in the late 70s. I think they brought him in during Grace Slick hiatus because he has kind of a higher voice as well. Yeah. So when the final original members of Jefferson Airplane departed, okay, there was a legal issue. because it was now Mickey Thomas's band, essentially, even though he wasn't an original member by 10 years, at least, right?
At least, but he had been in there, for a couple of decades at this point.
Well, as of now,
Right.
a couple of decades, it's early 80s. So they actually had to change the name of the Mickey Thomas version to Starship, simply Starship. And then a few years later, Jefferson Starship reformed. And if I couldn't tell you a Jefferson Starship song and be absolutely sure it was Jefferson Starship, because all of the 80s hits that I love are Starship.
Ooh, what's the date? What? Wait. No.
Yes.
Because Count on Me with Mickey Thomas, 78. That's billed as Jefferson Starship.
And it might be, yes. Go ahead.
So let's look up Jefferson Starship songs.
And this will be good to do on the podcast while people are turning the channel and driving off a cliff. Let's do that.
Jefferson Starship song, Sarah, 1985.
Bullshit. That's a Starship song. That's a Starship song.
According to Wikipedia, is listed as Jefferson Starship.
That's a goddamn lie. I don't appreciate it.
How dare you,
We
sir.
built this city on rock and roll. Starship.
I gotta tell you, that's kind of a shitty song.
It is a shitty song.
I gotta tell you, not a big 80s Starship, Jefferson, whatever.
And we can build this dream together.
No. That's what Grace came back to. And they started doing all these duets, but no.
I like that shit. Anyway, this is not what the podcast is about. God damn it.
I'm going to say 1978, Count on Me. That was the last good song.
Oh, Jesus. So then you want Jefferson Starship, where I want Starship. And they're not the same.
No. Mother, that I want Mickey Thomas and Grace Slick.
It sounds like you don't, if we're being honest. It sounds like you don't. Okay? Anywho.
I can't even with you.
You can't even. It's a sad situation. No one gives a damn about the Jefferson Starship feud.
Very, very important fact for all our viewers. The Dohertys like to discuss politics, music, and shitty movies.
I was going to say, hopefully movies gets on the list somewhere. Or we may be in trouble. Oh, sweet Jesus.
I just spent an hour texting our brother about how women have ruined the Democratic Party. Just an hour of your brother telling me that.
Why would you even open that can of worms with baby bro?
He sent me something, I ignored it, and then 3 days later he's like, "Hey, you never commented on this." I was like, I don't even remember what it was.
That's the right answer. I have blocked it from my brain. He does not send me shit anymore. That's neither here nor there. Aaron, let's get this train on the tracks. Give us your 30-second synopsis of Deepstar Six.
Once again, in the future, all things are dirty and rusty. This is a vehicle, oh man. The women are only there to provide comfort or to die. It's, I don't know, it's always a mining expedition, but now it's under the sea instead of outer space. So there's a hole under the crust. Maybe it's a tunnel. Hey, it's full of roly-polies that want to eat you. So one by one, nibble, nibble, nibble. And then they escape, the couple, to live happily ever after.
I don't know if it was full of roly-polies. I think it was just one giant crawfish.
Crawdaddy. I can't tell if it was a roly-poly or is it a sand crab like we used to find at the beach.
Unclear.
Somewhere between the two, and giant. And sometimes much larger from shot to shot. Like sometimes it's as big as a person. Sometimes it's as big as a building, even though it's the same location and same scene. Interesting.
Well, that's always kind of a fun thing they do. Somehow it's gotten inside the underwater capsule and could swim and hide in like a puddle of water. The thing was as big as a school bus. Unclear what. Yeah, scale goes right out the window.
I mean, I'm not a Scientologist, but it
There
does
it
seem
comes.
like we're lacking in some of the science that goes on. I mean, I don't go deep water exploring, but I'm pretty sure there's pressure. It's pressurized. So when you open the little thing for the water, it just doesn't flood your little pod. Am I crazy?
One would hope. One would hope.
I would hope that I'm crazy.
One would hope that you're crazy. There's a bit of a backstory to this. This is the summer of '89, and this was the year of undersea adventure, because this same year another movie came out, the James Cameron, Ed Harris undersea adventure, The Abyss, which was later nominated for a shit ton of Academy Awards for special effects.
I want to say I saw it, but I honestly have no idea what happened in that movie.
Oh,
But
we
it's
are adding
James
it to the
Cameron.
list. It's James
Aye.
Cameron. It's
Aye.
between. It's basically in between Aliens and T2. He did The Abyss, which was a hit. It's kind of a forgotten James Cameron thing, but it was a hit and it did well. It did reasonably well in the technical areas of the Oscars.
All right. So not in the acting or writing or
Not in the
directing that we
acting,
give a
no.
shit about.
No.
Gotcha.
Other movies that came out within that same year that dealt with undersea shit was a movie called Leviathan, starring Peter Weller, the guy who played RoboCop, and Hector Elizondo and Ernie Hudson, and another kind of all-star cast. They
I
called
do
that.
believe I've seen that.
I'm adding it to the list as well. Roger Corman also did a movie starring Priscilla Barnes, Terry from Three's Company, called Lords of the Deep, which I saw much later and have no desire to see again, because it was like the
I was you
production
perked
value
my interest there and then crushed my dreams.
and then crushed the dreams. So the only reason why I mentioned The Abyss is because the effects are so amazing in The Abyss. And then you watch Deepstar 6 and you're just like, what is this? Where it's half of the movie is kind of like, fake underwater, where it's like, oh, we're under, because you turn on the fan or something and I move really slowly to make it look like I'm underwater. There was a lot of shitty model work under the water where it's like, what's this thing that's floating along? Where it's like, I don't see propellers. I don't know how this thing is moving because it's just like a still image floating across the screen. There's a lot of that you have to look forward to. And then, of course, the paper mache monster that shows up an hour into the movie. I don't know if they're trying to do a Jaws thing where it's like, we don't want to show you the monster yet because it did so well for Spielberg. An hour plus into the movie, you finally see this thing and you're still not sure what you saw. So
I'm still down with less is more. Less is more, friend.
Had you ever heard of this movie before?
Never. I thought it was some shit you made up. Did you see this on what was it? Joe Bob or something?
This was a movie. I was either in 8th grade or 9th grade. This was a movie that was either a video rental for a sleepover, or we were flipping channels on the movie channel, right? Or HBO. What do we got?
Yeah.
And it popped up. I absolutely saw this, but I have not seen it in at least 30 years, 35 years. So when I suggested it, I did not know what I was doing. Clearly.
Clearly you had a fever of some sort. Oy, oy, oy.
Now, I know you searched in the internet. What exactly are you doing in the middle of our podcast?
I'm listening to you, but I'm also looking at the movies on the list for the up and coming.
Okay, that's fair. Thank you for multitasking.
I am
Jesus.
multitasking, you rat bastard.
Why don't we jump right into the highlights, Aaron? What do you got for Deepstar 6?
I think the highlight of the show and what really made it for me was this line. she gonna wet her panties. There is nothing much you could say to a woman if you really want to put a full cringe factor in and hope to never be late again is to use that sentence.
And I believe, if I'm remembering this correctly, this movie is chock full of actors you've seen on TV ever so
Yeah.
briefly in the 80s. You had Greg Evigan, who's our protagonist, right?
Mhm.
He's doing BJ and the Bear, My Two Dads, which was not a progressive TV show about a gay couple. It was kind of a three men and a, and a little lady kind of bullshit where it's like,
God, I forgot about that.
Greg Evigan and Paul Reiser were the two guys who had sex with the same woman and still don't know who the father is. Yeah,
Dude,
we
that could have been an odd couple.
absolutely. So Greg Evigan, who did not, he sang a lot of the shit for the movies he did. I think he sang the theme to BJ and the Bear. He definitely sang the theme song to My Two Dads. So
You didn't see the love song theme from Deepstar Six?
he didn't, and I was very
Oh,
upset about that.
shit.
Other people you may or may not recognize. You got Miguel Ferrer, who was in RoboCop a year or so earlier, before he got blown up.
He has the curse of men where, like, maybe you weren't very attractive when you were younger, but like his dad, he got more attractive the older he got.
Oh shit!
Which is
See
a fucking thing that men do.
the thinking woman sex symbol. When have you seen him
Such a
lately?
gobble.
When have you
He's
seen
dead.
him?
He died.
Did
He
Miguel
died
Ferrer
fairly
die?
young. Yeah,
Oh,
he
shit.
died. How
George
dare you. How
Clooney's
thoughtless
first
of
cousin,
you.
by the way. George Clooney's first cousin.
That's right, because Rosemary Clooney was married to his father,
That's
but
correct.
not his mother. Yeah.
Wait a minute. I thought Rosemary Clooney was Miguel Ferrer's mom.
Is she? I didn't
thought.
think it was.
not.
Boom! I gotta go to the interweb for that one.
Unclear. But
Right,
he's
keep
in
talking.
this. Oh, geez, we're doing this again. He's in this. Torian Black, who was on Hill Street Blues. He's the captain of the ship, who was later crushed by a door in a most bizarre fashion.
You're right. Rosemary Clooney is his mother.
See? There you go. This is what
He looks a lot like his dad.
He does. He looks a lot like Jose Ferrer. Who else is in this movie? Murray from Riptide. See, Riptide was one of those private eye shows from the 80s where there's two guys who are Vietnam vets who live out of a boat in the marina, and they hire the nerdy guy to help them with a robot to help them solve crimes. And that's Murray, the guy who has a horrible beard and says, "This will get her panties wet," or something along those lines, which is, it's not a good line. Let's not ever repeat that line.
Literally, all these shows that you just mentioned, I never saw. I was way too cool. I mean, don't get me wrong. I watched some Miami Vice back in the day. It was like watching
Absolutely.
MTV.
Of course.
As one did. But I was not watching My Fucking Two Dads or Riptide.
Fair.
I had people I needed to see and places I needed to go.
I understand that. I did not at the time. I was 12. Also, in the cast, the doctor is played by Ferris Bueller's mom. So there you go. You have that to look forward to as well.
That's another thing. I never really liked Ferris Bueller. I found Matthew Broderick so irritating. He was kind of a dick.
I feel like you have no soul and you have no ability to experience joy. How's that?
What I think it is I have such a superior palate that this what satiates the masses is sour and bitter on my palate.
Fair enough. So anyway, Deepstar Six, they're a mining platform or some shit, but they're there to plant like a nuclear missile platform at the bottom of the ocean. I don't know why. What the thought process is.
Because maybe in the future, I mean, in the Star Trek movie,
yes,
they had to bring the whales back. So
yes,
maybe in the end, because they brought the whales back, the world is now at war with whales. They have become like all those sharks that they're too smart and now they're after us. So now we have to use nuclear weapons to kill the whales.
Wasn't that a Star Trek movie? The Voyage Home was about the whales and how we have to kill them. Is that
I'm sorry, did you not hear it? It was Spock's. It was Spock's plan.
the search for Spock? Could be.
They actually shot Spock's capsule into a whale and detonated the whale with it.
The whale had it coming, no question. But before they can put the platform down, they discover there's a like a series of caves or some shit. And of course, the South African gentleman, whose name I cannot remember, Van Gelder or something, he says we have to just nuke that shit. Just blow up that area, the cave system, and we can
level it out. Yeah.
Just blow that shit up, and we can put the missiles down there as well. Sounds
Why don't
good.
you just move the missile 25 feet over?
Can't do
Where
that.
there's not a cavern.
No can do. We got to blow that shit up. we gotta blow up the cavern, which causes like
stupid Afrikaners always into mischief.
Oh, 100%. First it was apartheid, and now this.
And then Elon Musk. Womp womp.
Seriously, the hits just keep on coming. So anywho, of course they're like, well, maybe we should do like a test on this. Check out that cave system. No, we can't do it. I'm trying to do a South African accent.
No, you can't. South African is the hardest thing to do because it doesn't sound English. It doesn't sound Australian. You don't know what it is. No,
it's ridiculous.
It's impossible.
It is goddamn impossible. So they say, F it, blow it. And of course, the whole thing collapses. And I guess it releases some this prehistoric hermit crab, whatever the hell it is, some kind of thing.
It's roly-poly-oly.
100%. 100%. And it kills the first two guys, kills Murray, and the other guy was the sheriff from Friday the 13th, from the first Friday the 13th movie. When she says, what happened to the little boy? And he's like, boy, there was no boy. That's the dude who also dies in this opening scene. So it's an all-star cast. So
this is the strongest roly-poly in the world because not only, I mean, it can just bite through. Oh my God, I just thought of something.
Please.
Maybe this is what happened to that submersible that was going down to see the Titanic that exploded with all the millionaires on it. It was a roly-poly attack. It's happening again, Kevin.
What's interesting about that actual real life submarine accident is it sounds at the same time horrifically horrible way to die and the best way to die. Because you die before you even realize there's a problem. Like it's just in the
you hope. You hope like the dude turns around and goes, "Oh shit," and then
boom. Right. But when the first time you see the red light on the pressure gauge, you're like, "Oh, that's," and then you're gone. The people in the back don't even realize. They're like, "Huh, what?" You're vaporized. I mean, the pressure's so strong.
If I had a choice between that or falling from the sky in a burning airplane, I guess I gotta pick to my watery grave. I mean, if these are both screaming as the plane depressurizes and people are sucked out of a hole like Final Destination, or just vaporizing, I guess I'm going with vaporizing.
The problem is that I'd be terrified even if shit's going right. You know what I mean? If we're going down in the thousands of feet below the surface of the ocean, I'm already going to be having a heart attack. This is too stressful for me, even if it works perfectly. So it's not like you're sitting there like relaxing, oh, everything's cool, and then you're vaporized. You know you're already going like, this doesn't seem great.
Yeah, for however much it costs you. I don't have to be the first person. Let's let this thing ride out for 10 years. Do 10 years of taking billionaires down below. Then come back to me.
Frankly, keep taking them. Let's keep going.
Can we set a list of people you would like to have invited?
What do you call 5 billionaires at the bottom of the ocean? A good
A
start.
good start. My God, that's an old lawyer's joke.
I know. They can't all be winners. God damn it. Right. Anywho, so the giant crawdad is smashing into shit, causing a ruckus. Evidently, they were supposed to go up topside, 2 months ago, but they haven't been able to get the missile platform set properly. So they've had to stay down there longer, and people are pissed off about it. Doubly so now there's a giant crustacean bashing against the
Exactly. It's the craw daddy. Wants to make you the craw mommy. Nice.
sweet Jesus. So
what is the
Go ahead.
motivation for the? I mean, in the giant brainiac shark movies, they're just pissed off and would like to kill you and then escape. In this, the point is what? You woke them up and now they're cranky?
they said earlier in the movie, Nia Peoples, who was a minor celebrity in the 80s, the one
Yeah.
chick who takes a shower, the water runs out and she has to have sex with the guy, so he'll let her borrow some of the water that he uses to,
Oh
to
my
finish
God.
her shower. Anyway, she says that there was a legend of a submarine or some shit, a Russian sub that I don't know what happened. Somebody swam in a hole and they didn't come back, basically. So maybe
I
we
guess the
should check this out.
crustacean cracked the sub the way we cracked the crustacean, I guess.
Exactly. But she also talks about there's a theory called, I think it was like photolocation, where sometimes when you're deep in the ocean, bright light can act as like a dinner bell for deep sea monsters or some shit, where it's like if you shine a light, that means come and get it, basically. So,
Now, I used to be fascinated by these books about the animals at the bottom of like the deep, deep trenches
yes,
where they have like little lanterns that
anglerfish.
glow,
Yes.
anglerfish, all those kind of freaky things. So I guess that's what they're talking about. It thought it was a giant anglerfish. Well, what the is that monster supposed to be eaten in in a cave in the rocks?
Plankton? I don't know.
Yeah, he's a filter feeder. I mean, it's giant. It's giant. Is it? That's
Right.
why they had to bring the whales back with Captain
Yes.
Kirk so it can eat the whales. Is that
It
what
goes
it
back.
is?
Yes, that's 100% why.
It all goes back to Kirk.
Absolutely. Now that would have been kind of cool if they would have found like an old like sperm whale like skeleton or some shit.
With like a bite out of it.
Right. 100%. Oh, sweet Jesus. So
But alas, they did not.
They did not. Now, what was interesting is Miguel Ferrer plays Snyder, and his whole character is just basically you have to hate this guy. This
Right.
guy's an asshole. This guy's later incompetent. Then this guy is hallucinating or some shit. You have to walk through this whole thing.
Does he have the bends or something? There's all kinds of. He's just fucking up left and right.
Yes.
Then he spears the captain with the thing
Yes!
that makes him pop.
Okay, so number one, they're like, well, before we leave, we have to secure the nuclear missiles we're leaving at the bottom of the sea. So he taps some shit into the computer and frickin' detonates the nuclear weapons at the bottom of the thing. As you're watching it, you're like, this doesn't seem like a good plan. What is this guy a
seems
moron?
unsafe.
Yes.
Yes, he is.
He blows it up, and people are like, what are you doing? What? This is the minimum safe distance. We're going to be in water displacement. It's a whole thing. And he's just like, what do you mean? I was following procedure. Bad procedure. It was a bad move.
He was constantly either locking everybody in. He was like the robot dude in Alien. It was like he's got some other secret mission, but he doesn't. He's just a fuck around.
They when they accidentally let the creature in, everyone is like running for the door, and Snyder locks the door and locks them out ever so briefly. But luckily, Ferris Bueller's mom lets him in, and Greg Evigan knocks his block off a little bit, rightly so.
Right.
They're like, well, we have to go back into that wet graveyard and seal some shit if we're gonna decompress. Because they make a big point to say, like, we can't just go to the surface because we have to decompress, which is real. You can't just you'll get. I don't know if it goes the way it does in this movie, but you have to decompress before you rise to the surface. So
Right.
they give Snyder
Or you rise very, very slowly.
very slowly, so your body can acclimate to the different, trying to
The pressure. You don't want to get the
pressure levels.
bends.
100%. So they give him this spear. They say it's like a shark spear, where like you stick the shark with it, and it hits him full of like CO2, basically.
Right.
But he freaking has it in the back of the dude in front of him. So the monster jumps up, and the guy leans back and gets skewered. And again, you can just pull it out. You don't have to wait till it like explodes the guy's chest.
Till he
What the hell?
pops.
Till he pops like a grape. God damn it. Oh God. It was like the biggest bunch of craziness. And now that dude's hallucinating about the ghost of the dude coming back to get him. So he steals the only escape pod without depressurizing. And the doctor's like, you can't, you're going to kill yourself and kill all of us. He doesn't listen. So now we get to see the montage of him like rapidly going to the surface in the escape pod, and slowly a little bit of blood squirts out, then a little more, then he's got a nosebleed, now he's got blood in his ears. Smash cut to it. He's wearing a fake like face appliance where blood's just squirting out all over the place. And then he just explodes like a melon. And that's the end of that dude.
Dude,
Anyway.
hallucinations in the deep sea are a real thing.
Oh shit! So this movie is
Inert
scientifically
gas, narcosis, or rapture of the deep.
It's called nitrogen narcosis.
Yeah. Potentially hydrogen narcosis. Increased partial pressures on certain gases at depths, leading to altered mental states. Breathing compressed nitrogen. It says breathing compressed nitrogen.
Correct.
Similar to alcohol intoxication.
Fair enough. It's all real.
All right. The science is true. If this must be a documentary.
It's just good science.
Yeah.
It's just good science.
It probably would have helped if someone said, "Hey, dude, I think you're suffering from XYZ."
How about
but
just tie his ass to a chair?
Well, I mean, Greg Evigan put him in a chokehold and she gave him a shot of something. It should have knocked his ass out. Instead, he got fiery and ran off and jumped into the pod, locked them all out, and made his head pop like it was total fucking recall.
Right. But at that point, you're kind of glad he pops. Because he was so horrible. You're just like, just pop that dude. Just pop him.
Pop him like a zit. Pop him like a zit.
This movie did seem to have a lot of occurrences of people just kind of gleefully committing suicide. Earlier in the movie,
a lot of sacrifice to others. They were very altruistic people.
Correct.
Or they were the opposite.
The captain is they go there to rescue the female lead. And the door closes for no reason. And he's kind of caught in the door. They're like, we got to lift him. No, we can't. It's stuck. I told you to get out.
That scene made no fucking sense.
Right. He wants them to leave. They're like wanting to help him, which makes a lot of sense. So then he's like, you know what? I'm just going to flood this. Because you won't leave.
Why? I was like, why are they flooding this? How does this help? Because you don't want to just die. You also want to drown. That's how you want to die, dude.
And I want to drown everyone near me as well.
I was like, is this supposed to make the giant iron door under pressure lighter?
It made no goddamn sense. Later, the doctor
half the ship.
You're gonna kill us all, you bastard. This is not self-sacrifice.
He's like, I'm not going alone.
Pretty much. Later in the movie, the doctor is fighting with the cephalopod or whatever the hell it is, the mollusk, and she takes like these paddles, like clear to restart somebody's heart, but they were freaking huge. They were like
Right.
for use on a gigantic Sasquatch or some shit. And she's like, get in the pod. I'm just gonna electrocute the water, myself, and the creature. Hope it
And
all
it
works
had no
out.
fucking effect on this thing.
Right. Didn't do shit. Didn't do
Yeah.
shit.
Killed
So-
her, but what the heck?
Deep fried her
Why
ass.
Why did she have to crawl in there? Couldn't she just throw the toaster in for the same effect?
Where's the toast? Hurry! Get the toaster ready! Damn it!
Like it follows.
It's 100%. Absolutely. When they eventually, so they close the door and okay, we're going to sit here and decompress for how long? A week? We don't know how long they're in there decompressing. Then they slowly rise to the surface, right? But they're running out of, because that was the other thing. Not only did they set off the nuclear weapons, but now their nuclear reactor's damaged. So we have to escape before that shit goes off on top of every other goddamn thing. They managed to barely get to the top, like outrunning the blast and the shock waves. They get to the surface. Oh, fine. We're safe. And then there's the goddamn crawdad, somehow immune to a nuclear blast.
Yes.
To
Makes
multiple
no
nuclear
sense.
blasts. Multiple nuclear
It was
blasts.
inside the metal ship
Yes.
when it blew up by a nuclear explosion, but
Correct.
seemed to, at the exact same time, reach the surface the same time they did.
And I guess he doesn't need to decompress. He can just swim right to the top from the bottom of the ocean without suffering any ill effects. Interesting.
It was the
Not a scientist,
stupidest-
but okay.
Stupidest thing ever. And then Greg Evigan, but what does kill him is pouring diesel fluid on you and lighting you on fire. So that blows up, but it has no effect on Greg Evigan. So maybe he's the giant shrimp.
And also, the explosion did not affect their rubber boat that was 2 feet away either. That's good.
Nor did the fire. That's magic. And why would you get out of a sub to crawl into an open boat in the middle of the ocean?
These are questions. And now what? It basically becomes Castaway, right? Where they're floating around, they turn to cannibalism to survive. That's a
I hope
Deepstar
the
6 too.
pelican. I want the pelicans and seagulls to come and pick their wet eyes.
We didn't even discuss the bizarre subplot of Greg Evigan and his pregnant girlfriend. Because he's like, well, she was a Navy SEAL. I'm just some guy from New Jersey. It'll never work out. So she's... And he even says, oh, honey, you're just one of the guys anyway. We just had sex. That's
Yeah.
right. We just had sex 5 seconds ago, so I don't know how to take that. What does that mean exactly? But that's not here nor there.
Take it in the ass, I guess.
I guess.
Ah!
Good Lord.
One of the best scenes in regards to that is when, after they've returned from whatever explosion, and he hands her his old wet sweatshirt because she's cold. But then they do they go into the sick bay and they're doing some Star Trek tricord. She puts the ultrasound thing or the heartbeat monitor between her boobs and hears the baby's heartbeat. Now, coming from a person that has had a child and a science class, the baby doesn't live or grow between your lungs. Just FYI. It is so much lower. Yeah, it's so much lower. It's practically right above your bikini wax is where they put that thing to get the heartbeat. That's interesting science.
And let's also say she's probably a week and a half pregnant, right? Is there a full-blown heartbeat at a week and a half? Perhaps. I'm not an obstetrician. Anyway, this is neither here nor there. Good Lord. Shall we move on with our life and go behind the scenes?
Oh, I got something else. How about
Please.
the time they pull when the creature enters the ship? So they crack the top.
Yep.
And they're pulling it up Buddy, who's in one of those Robbie the Robot gear for undersea walking,
Correct.
popularized in Jules Verne novels or whatever. It pulls it up, and the whole fucking cabin starts filling up with water because the sea beast is coming through. That didn't
Correct.
make any fucking sense.
No, none of it made any sense. None of it made any sense. That's the first time we see the monster as well. Homie is up there. The thing comes up through the opening and just bites that dude in half. In his deep sea, that thing is like steel. It's meant to survive the ocean depths, right?
With all
And the
that
goddamn
pressure.
right. And
Pressure stronger than a millionaire. But yet, the sand crab can bite through a submarine, bite through a spacecraft, bite through a nuclear warhead. But
Yes.
once again, dies by diesel fuel.
when all it had to do was just dive under the water and he would have been fine.
Dive. Yeah.
Sweet Jesus.
Bunch of bullshit.
Let's go behind the scenes, shall we?
Let's go.
Kane Hodder, who plays Jason Voorhees in several Friday the 13th movies, was the stunt coordinator for this film. Hey, look at that.
How about that? Isn't that interesting?
Writer Louis Abernathy sold his script at the same time that friend James Cameron was working on his own underwater monster saga. Despite Cameron asking that he delay this movie to avoid competing with The Abyss, Abernathy went ahead and was thereby deemed persona non grata with Cameron and Associates until they patched together the friendship when Abernathy accompanied Cameron on the 1995 filming of the wreck for the Titanic for Titanic. So
I bet James Cameron is a handful.
Originally, Robert Harmon was going to direct the film. However, when he left, Sean S. Cunningham stepped in to help direct the film with a budget of $8 million. Sean Cunningham famously directed Friday the 13th, the original. Boom. How about them? Oh, yeah. All sorts of good stuff. Let's see. Anything else? I don't know if there's anything else worth talking about here. Deepstar 6 was poorly received by critics and audience members when it was released. That makes sense. Let's look at the cast and crew, shall we? Let's see. Sean S. Cunningham, I talked about him ever so briefly. You know him from Friday the 13th. He produced Jason X. He produced The Last House on the Left. And he produced the remake of Friday the 13th, among other things.
All right.
Let's see. Jason Goes to Hell. He did a lot of producing. Let's look at the cast. Greg Evigan played McBride. You know him from such things as Deepstar 6 in 1989. He was in 47 episodes of BJ and the Bear as BJ McKay. He was in 21 episodes of something called Big Sound, which I'm unfamiliar with.
Unfamiliar.
And in 2009, he was in something called Phantom Racer. It was a TV movie. Oh, poor Greg Evigan.
Is that like Racer 8?
It's something.
Never mind.
He's been in a ton of stuff, but I have to go back to My Two Dads, 60 episodes from 1987 to 1990. How about that? Let's see. Nancy Everhard played Joyce Collins. I looked her up, and I don't know what she's been in, frankly. She was in The Punisher in 1989. She played female doctor in 1990's Another 48 Hours. That's not great.
No.
She was in 28 episodes.
If your character doesn't even have a name, that's
not great. That's not great. 28 episodes of The Untouchables from 93 to 94, playing Catherine Ness. Does that ring any bells?
I guess Elliot Ness's wife, I'm guessing?
I guess.
I did not know that was a series.
I didn't either. Torian Black played Laidlaw, the captain of the ship, or the boat, or whatever the hell it is. You know him from Deepstar 6 in 1989. He voiced the character Roscoe in 1988's Oliver and Company. That was a Disney movie. He was in 144 episodes of Hill Street Blues, playing Detective Neil Washington.
Dude, I love that show. I
Never watched
love
it.
that show. Well, you're too young, but
I'm too
it,
young.
it was the drama of its time. It was
Absolutely.
breathtaking.
And he played Lawyer in 1979's Rocky 2. Lawyer, female
Not
doctor.
even Bob the lawyer.
Let's see. Miguel Ferrer played Snyder. You know him. Is he dead? Did you tell me that? He died in
Yes.
2017. That's a shame.
Yes. Yes.
He was in 117 episodes of Crossing Jordan from 2001 to
I
2007.
remember watching that at one point. Yeah.
He was in 2000's Traffic. That was a Michael Douglas movie, if I remember correctly.
Is it?
He was in Twin Peak Firewalk with me in 1992.
I saw that at the Palm Springs Film Festival.
And he was Bob Morton in RoboCop in 1987.
Yeah. He's been in some other series too.
Nia Peoples played Scarpelli. You know her from Fame. She was in 58 episodes playing Nicole
She wants
Chapman.
to live forever.
She was in Half Past Dead in 2002.
Unfamiliar.
She was in 48 episodes of Walker, Texas Ranger from 99 to 2001. And of course, Deepstar Six, playing Scarpelli, which is a weird name for her to have. Matt McCoy
Like
played
Nia
Richardson.
Peoples.
Like Nia. Fair. Matt McCoy played Richardson. You know him from The Hand That Rocks the Cradle in 1992.
I have to tell you, and I can't believe I missed this. I fucking hate him. He is the worst. He is on my actors who I hate. He was also on Seinfeld.
Yes!
And it's like he's a fake Baldwin. Like a weirder, more gangly, lesser Baldwin. Like a cousin.
He played Lloyd Braun in 2 episodes of Seinfeld. Isn't that hilarious?
Of course. It's burned into my memory. And yeah, Hand That Rocked the Cradle, a movie I've seen 1,000 times. I love that movie, but I fucking wanted him to die. He was the worst.
We should add that to the list, honestly.
It's a classic with Rebecca De Mornay.
Absolutely. I know him because when Steve Guttenberg said, I'm not doing these horrible Police Academy movies anymore, they hired him to play Nick, the Steve Guttenberg stand-in, essentially. He was in Police Academy 5, Assignments Miami Beach. He was in Police Academy 6, City Under Siege. Just horrible. Horrible.
First of all, Gutenberg's not exactly the star you need to shoot for, but this actor, and I don't know him personally, I just fucking hate him.
Fair enough. Cindy Pickett played Dr. Diane Norris. You know her from such things as Ferris Bueller's Day Off. She was in Son-in-Law, the Pauly Shore vehicle.
Oh, God. I remember seeing that and thinking that was the funniest movie. And I made my friends watch it, and it was so stupid. I was like, I must have been drunk when I saw that movie, because I was with this whole Pauly Shore thing. I'm like, I think he's a genius. And then I'd watch it later and be like, what the hell?
Genius might be pushing it. She was in Deepstar 6, and recently we talked about she was in 1992's Sleepwalkers. Okay, I hope you're sitting down. Last one I want to talk about is Tom Bray, played Hodges, one of the first people who's killed by the creature. You know him from Prince of Darkness in 1987, Deepstar 6 in 1989, 22 episodes of Nash Bridges in 2000 to 2001.
I didn't see that shit.
The Prowler in 1981, and the movie...
I don't even know if that's a movie or a series. Is that about the Night Stalker?
No, it was a movie. It was a movie. Yeah, it's about the Night Stalker. And he was in 56 episodes of Riptide, playing Murray Boz Basinski. There you go. It's an all-star cast.
I can already tell I'd hate it.
You probably would. Let's look at the ratings, shall we?
Shall we?
Deepstar 6 currently has 17% on Rotten Tomatoes. that's a
Ooh.
shot. Do you know what the audience gave it?
I bet the audience gave it a 28.
26. 26.
Ooh.
Uh,
Either way, that ain't good. But this time I have to agree.
no top critics for this one. I know you're
I
shocked
bet.
to hear. So I'm going to pick a couple of the not so top critics and let's see what they say. Kathy Fennessy of the Seattle Film Blog says, not exactly essential. Deepstar 6 is an enjoyable watch. 2.5 out of 4. Okay. And Grant Watson from Fiction Machine says, it must be said there's not much Cunningham does wrong here, but at the same time, there's little or nothing that stands out. 4 out of 10.
Well, that sounds like something wrong. What the hell?
Fair. Now let's tune into our in-house movie critic, AI Rex Reed, and see what he has to say.
Let's go.
Deepstar 6 is a soggy, subaquatic snooze fest where cardboard characters and discount sea monsters prove the real horrors being trapped underwater with this script.
Dude. Or this horror is being trapped in a theater watching this piece of shit.
Absolutely.
Once again, hats off to AI Rex Reed.
100%. He gets it.
He gets us. He's our people.
He's our people, for God's sakes. What is your rating, Aaron?
If only we can build a Megan robot but it's Rex Reed, like a small Rex Reed who comes running in and gives us the review. That would be amazing.
100%.
That would be amazing.
What's your rating?
Mine, I feel like I don't have the energy to even be clever. This is $2.50 and out of 5, and you don't need to see it. You don't need to see it.
Out of 5.
I mean, you ain't getting no change back. It's worse. It's worse than Willard. It's just not that interesting. It's just not that interesting.
I agree. It's 2.5. It's just kind of whatevs. It's one of those things.
At least Willard inspired our rage that we wanted to kill Willard ourselves. This does not inspire anything.
It's funny because we did Underwater a couple of years ago, and that was another bottom of the ocean kind of shit, and there's shit in the water that had real tension. I remember like, oh my goodness, this one we're supposed to be concerned they're at the bottom of the ocean. We could give a shit. Truly.
We could give a shit. As soon as they said panties, I'm out. I was like, "You're dying first, dude."
You're dying first, no question. It's just kind of, again, I've seen worse, but this is just kind of forgettable. Is the best way to describe it. It's not worth watching. So, anyway,
that's facts. That's facts. That's science.
And that's just good science. Anything else about Deepstar 6, Aaron?
No, it doesn't make any sense. It has the dude I hate. Young Greg Evigan, blah blah blah, whatever. It doesn't need to
without
exist.
the bear, not worth it.
It's not worth it. Thumbs down.
So, thank you very much. You can follow us across social media. We're on Blue Sky, Threads, Instagram, TikTok. You could be watching us at YouTube to see our beautiful smiling faces. You can email us, the podcast that wouldn't die, at Gmail. We are on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere the finer podcasts are available. So don't forget to like, share, rate, and review, won't you?
Won't you please?
Aaron, what is your social media situation?
I'm on the Instagram. I am the Cult of Aaron. Join the cult. I have art on Artsy and First Dibs. Check it out.
Boom! As you know, we like to include the thoughts and feelings of our friends across the social media landscape. Aaron, what do we got?
Sophia Varaga wrote to me asking, when are we going to do more Giallo? More Giallo. And I agree. I think next we need to record opera.
I just watched opera, actually. So I'd
Not
be down.
Oprah.
I know what you're saying. Opera. Dario Argento's opera. It was on Joe Bob a couple weeks ago. So I just watched
All
it.
right.
So I'd be down with
Boom.
that. But I
Boom.
appreciate it. I'm sorry, was it Sophia Varaga?
It was Sophia Varaga, one of our fans.
Not Sophia Vergara? Just
No.
making sure.
It's just a coincidence.
Just a bizarre coincidence. Fair.
People have similar names to other people all the time.
I've heard it said. Next week, Aaron, what are we doing next week?
What did I just say?
Oh, is that what we're doing? I thought we were just making conversation. Okay.
No! I wrote it down.
Fair enough. Next week, we're doing opera, or as I like to call it, Oprah.
Oprah.
The Dario Argento classic. Where can you watch opera? It is available.
Is it on Tubi?
It's on AMC Plus. It's on Fandango at Home with ads. On Canopy. It's on Shudder. It's on Philo. It's on, I can't read that without my glasses. It's on Fandor and a bunch of other things.
Philo's the only thing that I actually recognize when you said all those words together. So we'll try there. Usually all the Giallo is on Tubi.
Giallo. So check that out. It's kind of, and I didn't realize this, it's kind of a Phantom of the Opera kind of thing. So just giving you a heads up. That's kind of what it's about. So check that out. I know, shocking. So check it out. Send in your favorite scenes, favorite quotes, comments, and questions, and we may talk about it on the show. So thank you very much, and be well.
Be well, people.